I want to start with how much I loved the 5 episodes I've seen of this
Oh,
season.
amazing.
Uh,
Thanks,
Oh,
man.
so much.
it's so good. But I have a million questions, so I'm so curious. How did you end up with? I believe it's 9 episodes.
Yeah.
How did you end up with 9? Did you ever consider 8? Did you ever consider like 12? How did the 9 come about?
It was 8 is sort of, that was season 1, so that's the number we always start at, and that was this season. I think we were at least halfway, but I think probably over halfway through the season when we were trying to squeeze this story in, and we sat down with our writers and we said, I don't think this is feasible in 8 episodes. And so we went to Netflix and said, hey, are you okay if we do one more episode? And luckily they were very supportive of that, but that's how we ended up with that extra episode. But it was not originally planned that way. It wasn't outlined that way. It was always going to be 8, and then it just ended up being too much story.
But it's not even like 9. It's almost double the length of, it's like 800 pages. It's just really, really long season, which is why it took so long to get out. And it took us a while to realize that.
But episode 7 and 9 are very, very long episodes.
Oh yeah, those are full blown movies. Yeah, for sure.
I was going to say, because most of the episodes are like an hour and 15 minutes each. Are you saying episodes 7 and 9 are like an hour and a half, or are they longer?
Longer.
Oh wow. Okay, this explains a lot. So I have to ask you. You guys are in the end game of Stranger Things, and I'm curious, when you were writing season 4, how much have you guys actually figured out where it's all going? And knowing when you were writing season 4, you're building towards that. I'm just sort of curious,
Well, I mean, we had this moment when we were working on season 1 where Netflix, I love that. Actually, I'm really glad they made us do this. They go, can you please just sit down and write out all the mythology? Because we would always be trying to explaining the upside down, how it works to them. Because a lot in season 1, it's unknown, right? It's all mysterious. But they were like, we would just like to know the logic behind the mythology. And so we sat down with our writers and we generated it. We still have it. It's like a 25-page Bible all about the upside down. And, like season 1, we didn't want to reveal too much, but, we knew 5 was going to be the last season, and we're going, we got to start showing some of our cards. Season 3 was more like we're just kind of playing in the sandbox, right? That's what it felt like to me. It's like, oh, we got all our toys, let's play. Season 4, it's like, okay, we got to start telling people. We got to start reveal. There's still more to reveal, but I think this season for sure is going to be the most revelatory season. I mean, that we hint at, there's still some unknowns.
There's a couple more big surprises, I think, but we really wanted to go, okay, we're in in-game territory now, so let's start showing our hand a little bit. And so that was fun. But I think as we were writing, we realized, oh, this is actually, to do this properly and to have these moments land properly, we just need time. And so that's one reason the episodes lengths are longer, and that's one reason it's 9 episodes.
But it was nice because, Steve, we got we're able for the first time ever to write all 9. We had all scripts before we started shooting, so we could look at the whole thing as a whole, and we outlined all of 5. So it really is 4 and 5 are like of a piece, and this was due to the 6-month hiatus that we had due to the pandemic. So we don't typically have as much time. It usually feels like the train is going down the tracks, and Ross and I and our writers are just throwing down track as we're going, once we're halfway through the season. And for the first time ever, we were able to look at it globally, not just season 4, but season 5 as well. And they really are of a piece.
And there's even stuff this season where we're able to actually really hint at some big events that are going to happen in season 5. So, and that's a result of the pandemic, and just us being able to sit down with our writers and really hammer out what 5 is going to be.
I'm already out of time. I can't effing believe it. If you guys ever have more time to talk to me, please let me know. Please.
I would really love to. We'll figure that out soon.
I would really appreciate it. I just want to ask about filmmaking and the behind the scenes of the making of the show.
Oh yeah, that's my favorite thing to talk about.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Let me know.
We'll figure it out.
Thank you. You guys have a great day.